6:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. It has been stated that the President is successful in re-establishing the country. A risk in the spread of dengue fever due to the existing rainy climate. The Ministry of Environment says that more than 932 metric tons of plastic waste materials is being released to the environment daily. Several flights delayed owing to the inclement weather. The second stock of the imported eggs to get clearance today. In news overseas, Chinese military rehearse encirclement of Taiwan. Those were the headlines, and now let's move on to the details of the local news. State Minister Dilum Amunagama says that the President has been successful in re-establishing the country. Therefore, he requested all the parties to provide their support to the President. He made these remarks at a ceremony held in Kandy today. Parliamentarian S.B. Disanaka said that the country is re-emerging. He said at this public meeting held in Valimada area. Meanwhile, the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that the authorities who made statements that the country has entered into the correct path should look into the real situation of the country. Community specialist of the National Dengue Eradication Unit, Dr. Anoja Veerasinghe says that there is a possibility of the risk of spread of dengue fever due to the existing rainy situation. The overall number of dengue patients reported this year has exceeded 22,550. The majority of the dengue patients were reported from the Colombo and Gampaha districts. The Ministry of Environment says that more than 932 metric tons of plastic waste materials is being released to the environment daily. Out of this, about 300 metric tons of plastic is being collected, and the rest of the 632 metric tons of plastic wastage is being released to the environment. Only 40% of the wastage is used for recycling. Measures have been taken to set up collecting centers of plastics island-wide in order to strengthen the recycling process. This is a news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank Excelsior. Live the life you want.
And we continue with more local news. Several flights have been delayed owing to the unfavorable weather surrounding the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake. Accordingly, the Sri Lankan Airlines UL225 flight scheduled to depart to Dubai at 6:25 p.m. yesterday left nearly 15 hours later at 9:15 a.m. this morning, while the UL454 set to leave to Narita, Japan at 7:15 p.m. last night departed at 1:05 a.m. this morning. Meanwhile, flight UL141 destined for Mumbai, India via Sri Lanka was cancelled after it failed to depart from BIA at 11:40 p.m. last night, while a flight scheduled to arrive from Mumbai at 5:35 a.m. today was also cancelled. A China Eastern Airlines flight which was due to arrive from Shanghai, China at the BIA at 7 p.m. yesterday was sent to the airport in Malé, Maldives instead owing to the inclement weather. The State Trade Corporation says that the second stock of imported eggs is expected to get the clearance to be released from the port today. The consignment will be cleared after the Animal Production and Health Department hands over the relevant analysis report on the egg samples today to the STC chairman Asri Velisundara. The second stock of 1 million eggs imported from India reached the island on the 29th of March, followed by the arrival of the long-awaited first shipment carrying 2 million eggs on the 23rd of March. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. It has been stated that the President is successful in re-establishing the country. A risk in the spread of dengue fever due to the existing rainy climate. The Ministry of Environment says that more than 932 metric tons of plastic waste materials is being released to the environment daily. Several flights delayed owing to the inclement weather. Second stock of imported eggs to get clearance today. And that was the local news.
People's Bank Excelsior, a comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you. People's Bank Excelsior, for professionals who dare to dream.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The main news story for this evening, Deputy General Manager of Lanka Transport Board, Pumadu Swarnahatsa, says that additional buses have been added for operations for the convenience of the passengers during the festive season. Meanwhile, Additional General Manager of the Railways, Vajra Polwata, said that special train service from Colombo Fort will be implemented for the passengers who will visit their native places due to the New Year. This service will be operated until the 17th of this month. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB New Year Bonanza. Special gifts and vouchers available till the 10th of April. Special discounts up to 20% on bank cards. CIB, excellence in customer care.
And in Watch Live this evening, the Consumer Affairs Authority says that it is vigilant on the traders who do not pass the benefit of the reduction of the prices of many essential consumer items in the local market. Participating in a program at the SLBC this morning, Chairman Shanta Niriyala said that traders should follow a reasonable trade policy towards the consumers. He requested the individuals to inform about their errant traders who sell goods at higher prices by dialing the hotline 1917. The number once again, 1917, and that came to you in Watch Light.
CIB New Year Bonanza. Special gifts and vouchers available till the 10th of April. Special discounts up to 20% on bank cards. CIB, excellence in customer care.
And now we move on to the headlines of the world news. Chinese military rehearse encirclement of Taiwan. Health bosses of England warn junior doctors' strike could hit up to 250,000 appointments. King Charles' coronation invites sent to 850 community champions. Those are the headlines, and now let's move on to the details of the world news. China's military has begun rehearsing the encirclement of Taiwan during a 3-day military drill. Beijing, which views Taiwan as a breakaway province in China, called the operation a stern warning to the island's government. The exercises began hours after President Tsai Ing-wen returned from a trip to the United States. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry said 42 Chinese military planes and 8 ships crossed the Taiwan Strait median line. The line is an unofficial dividing line between Chinese and Taiwanese territory. Up to 250,000 operations and appointments could be postponed due to next week's junior doctor strikes, the NHS Confederation warns. Patients are likely to see more of an impact because of the 4-day walkout comes after the Easter weekend, said Dr. Laila Mackay, Director of Policies at the Health Bosses Confederation. The walkout is due to start on Tuesday. Hospital bosses have said that they cannot guarantee patients will be safe as managers struggle to arrange staffing during the strike, which will affect both emergency and planned care. Community representatives set to attend King's coronation have spoken of their joy at being invited. King Charles and Camilla, the Queen Consort, have invited 850 people to the 6th May ceremony in recognition of their charitable contributions. The group includes 400 British Empire Medal recipients and 400 young people from groups chosen by the royal family. Julian and Maria Stanimorton, who ran the lockdown food delivery service, said it was humbling to be asked. And that was the world news.
Development News.
The food security program in the Badulla district will be strengthened. 3,200 home gardens have been empowered. The aim of this move is to eradicate malnutrition. The support of the non-governmental organizations will be obtained for this program. That was the development news, and now let's move on to sports news. Pakistan has appointed a new skipper to replace Mishma Mahroof, who had stepped down from captaincy after the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2023. Veteran all-rounder Nina Dar has been named as Pakistan's skipper, with Mark Coles also confirmed as the new head coach, a role he had occupied previously between 2017 and 2019, having played 130 T20 and 99 ODIs. Dar is one of the most experienced players in the Pakistani setup and is leading the wicket takers in women's T20Is. That was the sports news. Business news coming up.
Go ekak tiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The central bank has decided to suspend from this month onwards the rule imposed by the bank earlier in a certain amount of dollars from Sri Lankans abroad and export income earners should be converted into Sri Lankan rupees. The governor of the central bank, Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, stated that there is no need to convert a mandatory part of the export earnings into Sri Lankan rupees due to the income received from the Sri Lankans abroad. That was the business news, and economic news follows.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak tiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
In economic news, the treasury bills valued at 120,000 million rupees will be issued. The relevant auction will be held on the 11th of this month. These bills will be issued expiring on 91, 182 and 364 days. Accepting of biddings will end on 11 a.m. on the same day. That is economic news and the weather report to conclude.
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Weather report.
And finally, the weather report. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and southern provinces during the afternoon or night. On the apparent northward relative motion of the sun, it is going to be directly over the latitudes of Sri Lanka during the 5th to the 15th of April this year. The nearest areas of Sri Lanka over which the sun is overhead tomorrow are Madampe, Kohilapokana, Kaikavala, Nilambe and Ochamadam, that is about 12 till noon. And before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines once again. It has been stated that the president is successful in re-establishing the country, a risk in the spread of dengue fever due to the existing rainy climate. The Ministry of Environment says that more than 932 metric tons of plastic waste materials is being released to the environment daily. Several flights delayed owing to the inclement weather. The second stock of imported eggs to get clearance today. In news overseas, Chinese military rehearse encirclement of Taiwan. And with that, we conclude this bulletin of news. And now it's back to your regular Saturday evening host, my good friend Mario, who is already on the other side of the glass panel to keep you entertained.